Hello everybody and welcome to Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance.
Nothing can stop this deadly alliance.
On the Nintendo GameCube. Yes, for a change, let's just do some Nintendo versions, because fortunately the GameCube did not censor anything.
Surprisingly enough.
No. Well, remember, no, this is a good scene. All right.
Yes. I looked this up a few years ago, and I laughed.
This is Raiden, by the way, and this is actually my favorite Raiden voice ever, even to this day.
Who voices him?
I don't know, but I love this voice.
In the meantime.
But I love this voice for Raiden personally.
Are you big on Richard Epcar?
No, I love Richard Epcar, don't get me wrong, it's just that, I don't know, there's just something about this guy that just feels Raiden to me, I don't know.
So this was the start of the era where Ed Boon was pretty much going at this solo.
Basically, yeah, John Tobias was not involved at this point, yeah. So yeah, Quan-Chi escaped from the Netherrealm.
For him.
Because, yeah,
Of course he did.
Bonk.
Alright, so the Alliance introduces some new lore. The Dragon King and his ancient lost army. There you go. And Quan-Chi found it. However, he needs souls to operate them, so...
boy, I wonder who had this on the souls.
Yes, and it's the titular Deadly Alliance. Shang-Tsung and Quan-Chi.
That's right.
But let me guess, as soon as they take over the world, they're gonna try to kill each other.
Well, yes, there is, but that in the next game. Yeah, so yeah, now the Shao Kahn. There you go. And
Aren't you supposed to be good?
don't worry, they're about to correct that. There you go.
Oh. Shao Kahn's dead?
Well, he was already dead. Been dead. Dead. Don't worry, Dwibs. It's more. Oh, here you go. There's one more enemy. There's one more person capable of defeating them. The Mortal Kombat champion himself, Liu Kang.
I do wonder if this
been Shang-Tsung's desire to
was
the
supposed
soul of Earthrealm's greatest warrior.
meant to.
Gotta love
I kind of
these
forgot
early
that certain characters are
2000s
supposed to be
FMVs.
dead.
So this game came out in 2002, did it?
Exactly. And here's the first big thing longtime fans got from this game. Yeah, there you go. Shang-Tsung finally managed to kill Liu Kang after all this time. This is actually one of the big things that really set up a very strong first impression for longtime fans, because remember, Liu Kang up until this point has been the hero of the franchise. So to see him be finally defeated was quite the change up from the status quo.
But killing him before you even start the game?
Well, he was tricked and outnumbered.
Unstoppable.
I can see why some people may not have liked that. But
It's the same thing as having Johnny Cage being killed before the events of 3. 1 year
I will say
Or being killed 5 minutes into the movie.
Also, Pedro, there is
Anyway.
a Sorry, go on, Jova.
Like I said, I can't.
We must stop.
People wonder if this game was supposed to be a soft reboot because stuff like booting Liu Kang out of the main hero role. Again, forgetting that certain characters are supposed to be dead, feeling like they shifted the continuity a bit. Like, was there any confirmation that this game was supposed to be a soft reboot?
No. I can tell you not, Jova.
That idea.
I can tell you that that's not the point, Jova, because this game in development was known as Mortal Kombat V, as in Roman number 5, and also Vengeance. The original title, Jova, was going to be Mortal Kombat Vengeance. Get it?
Clever.
Also, I would have gone with Vendetta.
Also, small correction, Pedro, because I checked here the crediting. Raiden in the game is actually voiced by Carlos Pesina. The narrator is labeled as a separate entity voiced by Herman Sanchez.
Oh, it's weird because when we hear Raiden talking in the end of that cutscene, he sounds the same. I thought it was the same voice, wasn't it? Whatever. Quan-Chi had stumbled upon the ancient mummified army of the long-forgotten Dragon King. Writings of the king's sarcophagus had revealed that the army was invincible and it could be revived. Quan-Chi struck a deal with the source of Shang-Tsung to resuscitate the army in return for the constant supply of souls his amulet contains. Yeah, obviously. Before any alliance between the two could succeed, however, their two strongest opponents would have to be eliminated, Shao Kahn and Liu Kang. Yeah.
Also, Quan-Chi decided to put more clothes on for today.
I get the feeling, Joe, that the primary idea was to really emphasize that these two together are a very force to be reckoned with, basically. And the Deadly Alliance
great.
commanded Kano and his troops to force a small population of people to construct the palace fortress. One of those enslaved was Li Mei, who rebelled against the invaders and attacked Kano himself. Recognizing the warrior spirit she possessed, the sorcerer Quan-Chi offered to free her people if she could win the Deadly Alliance tournament. If she did not win, however, she would be forced to serve the Alliance and her people would remain slaves forever. Li Mei had no choice but to accept the offer.
I sadly have to say Li Mei is one of the more forgettable new characters of this game.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, there's a
Yeah,
reason why
okay.
they never brought her back in the reboot.
Pretty much. I think she's still present in the comics.
Okay,
but
Nitara.
now
There's one
instead, this
I don't-
one.
Nitara
See-
offered to send Cyrex back to Earthrealm if he could retrieve the orb from its hiding place. Nitara carried a gemstone around her neck. These gemstones made it possible for her people to traverse the realms. They had done so for ages and had been visited Earthrealm regularly in search of blood. Cyrex had no choice but to accept the offer and journey with her to the presumed location of the orb. As they traveled across Outworld, however, they had the strange feeling that they were being followed. This is another thing that also remember at the end of 3 when Cyrex was lost in the desert? Cyrex is still lost and he's still trying to get back to Earthrealm. So yeah, this is following up on things from the previous games, actually. The Sorcerer Shang-Tsung was imprisoned in the depths of Shao
Well,
Kahn.
that's why I asked if it was supposed to be a soft reboot.
I guess. I can't tell you anything, Jova, sorry. Punished for failing to win the Mortal Kombat tournament in Earthrealm, periodically he was released for perform tasks for the Emperor until he eventually regained Shao Kahn's favor and was given his freedom. He remained in Outworld, risking his life to drain the souls of combatants in order to sustain his youth. All this changed the day when the Sorcerer Quan-Chi returned from the Netherrealm. So there you go.
I also dig Shang-Tsung new costume.
Yeah, same. Kano remained in Outworld and served as general of Shao Kahn's military after the retreat from Earthrealm. For years, he enjoyed the power of commanding the greatest army in Outworld. But Shao Kahn's power was fading, and there was a chance that Katana's forces might spell the Emperor's undoing. When the sorcerers Shang-Tsung and Quan-Chi confronted Shao Kahn in a surprise attack, Kano decided not to interfere and remained hidden in the shadows to ally with the winning side, obviously. Once Shao Kahn was defeated, Kano offered his allegiance to the Deadly Alliance. Kano, always...
Again, weren't you?
All these people should have been dead
Actu-
at this point.
Well, actually, to be fair, according to the endings of 3, Kano escaped from Sonya and Jax, actually. So...
I guess.
Yeah, but Mortal Kombat 4 suggests that he died, and now what's his name was going to be the new leader of Kano's game.
Jarek.
The last of the... unfortunately...
Jarek, yeah.
Here's what happened, Jova. Jarek wasn't exactly the super popular character, so they decided to just bring back Kano, since that was the one people
Pretty
actually
much.
liked. There you go.
Also,
The last of it...
really... Go on.
I don't really like Kitana's new look for this game, honestly.
Me neither.
But when a smaller number of videos in others, blah, 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 would have to wait. Our army clashed with this new threat, but were easily cut down to be
do
witched.
to her face?
I don't know. The souls of the slain troops were about
Fish lips.
treated to a bright green
Goddamn
beacon.
Fish lips.
So yeah,
I like the long ponytail, but that's pretty much it.
Cyrex. Oh, Cyrex looks the same. The cyborg ninja Cyrex had regained his soul with the aid of Special Forces agents Sonya Blade and Jackson Briggs, as we saw in Mortal Kombat 4. See?
Yep.
In return for their help, he joined the Special Forces Outworld Investigation Agency and became a scout in the realm of Outworld. In his last transport to that realm, Cyrex was ambushed by a reptilian creature. I wonder who. His arm console was damaged in the struggle, and with his inter-realm portal technology, he defeated the creature. But we'll have to find some other means to return to Earthrealm.
Poor Cyrex can't catch a break.
So yeah, this is indeed Mortal Kombat 5, yes. It is following from what was established even in 4. So, yeah. And now here's Sonya's new look. Agent Sonya Blade and her team had finished the mission of demolishing any known ancient inter-realm portals when she received word from Jax that the agency's portal chamber had been destroyed. With no means for traversing the realm, Sonya realized that there were now 2 agents lost in the Outworld. The first had been Ninja Cyborg Cyrex, from the agency had lost contact some time ago, and now Agent Kenshi, we'll talk about him later, originally sent to find Cyrex, was lost as well. She would have to find a way to get to Outworld and bring them home. So yeah, Sonya's on a rescue mission, basically.
I see Sonya's going for a Carmelita Fox-esque look.
Kinda.
Johnny Cage is back,
yeah,
ladies and gentlemen. For maximum dramatic effect, Johnny Cage arrived on the island fortress of Shang-Tsung by the way of parachute. He glided to the exact place on the beach where Raiden had told him to rendezvous with the others. When night fell, the Earthrealm combatants lit a fire and discussed possible strategies to defeat the Outworld threat. Once the fire had reached its full strength, Raiden finally appeared and revealed to them the events that had led to the formation of the Deadly Alliance, as we saw in the intro. So yeah, Johnny Cage is back,
John?
I
and
love how even his name is labeled kind of like the American flag with its colors.
here's one of my favorite new characters,
Yes,
Bo
Bo
Raicho. During the years that Shang-Tsung had sponsored the Mortal Kombat tournaments on Earth, the Outworld master Bo Raicho was secretly training warriors for competition. It's even speculated that it was he who brought the fighting style of drunken boxing to Earthrealm. After many years, he finally discovered the Shaolin monk Liu Kang and taught him the martial arts moves he needed to defeat Shang-Tsung. So there you go, he's Liu Kang's teacher. Later, with the tournament securely in the hands of the Shaolin, his teachings were no longer needed, and he returned to Outworld. Basically, he's one of the few Outworlders who's actually a good person. Basically.
And the thing is that he drinks a lot and
Yes.
farts in your general direction, literally.
Oh yeah, here's a new character, Frost. Sub-Zero had reformed the Link Way and held a tournament to recruit the best of the best. The winner was a mysterious female named Frost, who seemed to have a freezing ability similar to those of Sub-Zero. Breaking with Link Way tradition, the new Grandmaster Sub-Zero took it upon himself to retrain this new recruit. With his help, Frost was able to better harness her Kori powers. That's the name of the ice powers, apparently, Kori powers. Sub-Zero was not able to teach her humility, however, and her arrogance grew along with her superior fighting abilities. Keep that in mind for her ending.
Yeah.
This even returns in Mortal Kombat 10.
I guess you could say she's a killer, Frost.
Hey.
Hey, very good. Anyway, Raiden.
Well,
This
Raiden got ripped.
This is one of his alternate outfits. Don't worry, you can have traditional suit if you want. Raiden
Yeah.
returned to Earthrealm to reunite with his comrades and inform them of impending threat from the Alliance. That is, those who accepted his call to arms were instructed to meet him on Shang-Tsung's island fortress, located in the Lost Sea. Once there, Raiden explained in detail the dire situation, which we already know. Shang-Tsung's nethership from the ocean depths, and with it transported them all to a celestial portal known only to sorcerers and deities. They emerged in Outworld, ready for battle. So yeah, Shang-Tsung and Quan-Chi are somewhere in Outworld, and we need to go and stop them from resurrecting the army of the Dragon King. Yeah, there you go. See, those are the bio. Basically, every time you unlock an alternate costume, you also activate an alternate bio. So every character has 2 bios. So I have a lot of reading in this part to do, as you can see. All right, let's continue.
Here's another forgettable face.
The Red Dragon had existed for centuries as a secretive criminal organization. Members such as Mavada were highly skilled and disciplined warriors. But in the last century, many of the more reckless members became dissatisfied with the restraints code of the Red Dragon placed on them and broke away to form their own gang. Since then, it has been the Red Dragon's #1 priority to completely eradicate the infidels, known collectively as the Black Dragon. So there you go. The Black Dragon are actually...
I get it, guys. The Black Dragon came from the Red.
Yeah, this game introduces the new clan of the Red Dragon.
The Red Dragon is totally going
All right,
to be
so-
the real bad guys.
So yeah, this is more like
cared for the Red Dragon.
Now this is more like it. There you go. This looks good. Having freed her home world from Indinia and Shao Kahn's grasp, Kitana led her people to battle against the weakened Emperor in a preemptive strike. She allied with the Shokan armies of Outworld, led by Prince Goro, and together their 2 nations were on the brink of victory. Yeah, we saw this in Kung Lao's ending in Mortal Kombat 4. Tragedy struck when Goro was killed in battle, and the Shokan's army spiraled into the leaders of chaos. Yeah, Goro was killed in battle, probably by Kung Lao's stupidity, but whatever. Shao Kahn was...
That happened.
Li Mei. During the construction of Shang-Tsung's palace, Li Mei discovered it would be constructed around the ancient stone structure located on the nearby... Wait, you're telling me that Shang-Tsung and Quan-Chi were lying? Her people
Also, even with the other outfit, she still is very forgettable. Leave it.
Honestly, really could not be bothered to remember this character.
No, nobody cares about Li Mei.
It's like, I mean, here's part of the problem. Her sort of story has been done, well, by the time of this game had been done ages ago. You know, I go, oh, the certain character who's under this restraint for their race or whatnot. Yada, yada, yada.
Reptile was devastated that he had failed his master and wandered the Outworld wastelands aimlessly until he once again crossed paths with Nitara. Desperately in need of a master, he offered his loyalty to her. Her first command to him was to attack the invader from Cyrex, as we saw in his bio. She explained that he must first destroy his arm panel in order to weaken the outsider. And yeah, Reptile continues to deform, become more reptilian in look as the games go on. I mean, in the previous game, he was reptilian, but still had a human-like face, and here he's a flat-out reptile. Johnny Cage had been fed up with the lame writing on his current movie, Mortal Kombat: The Death of Johnny Cage, in which his character repeatedly died and was resurrected. To him, his real-life adventures were much more sensational. He kicked butt. but his studio felt that the hero needed to take a fall for dramatic purposes. Johnny Cage reluctantly agreed to continue with the project until the Thunder God Raiden called him away to a new adventure in Outworld.
Is this
Right,
Boone taking the
Johnny,
piss out of an
hire your
island?
agent. No.
Dwibs, I wouldn't be surprised.
Nope, would not be surprised.
That was great. Quan-Chi proposed an alliance with Shang-Tsung that would prove to be immediately but official. He offered Shang-Tsung immortality by unlocking a portal link to the heavens. Shang-Tsung would therefore have access to an unlimited number of souls to preserve his youth. In return, all Quan-Chi required was Shang-Tsung's assistance in transplanting warrior souls into the mummified remains of the Dragon King's undefeatable army. Shang-Tsung accepted the offer, and the Deadly Alliance was formed. So yeah, now, but for how long? As Dwibs so very well implied.
Also, I checked in the meantime, I completely forgot that Li Mei is a minor passing cameo in Mortal Kombat. Oh, here's this asshole.
A member of the Red Dragon, Su Hao's duty was to infiltrate the Special Forces and covertly guide them to members of the Black Dragon. Once the Black Dragon was seemingly destroyed, Su Hao was ordered to remain among the Special Forces ranks as an informant until further notice. That notice came with when his superior Mavado ordered him to destroy the Outworld and the investigation agency's ability to travel to Outworld. Su Hao would not dishonor his Red Dragon clan. He would complete his task at any cost.
This is the guy we were referring to, Jova. Nobody likes this guy. Absolutely nobody.
Nope. Borracho's alternate bio. Borracho has been unable to compete against Shang-Tsung in the Mortal Kombat tournament on Earth. His Outworld birthplace guaranteed that his victory would have been in the name of Shao Kahn, who he doesn't like. But the conflict this time was not a tournament to prevent an evil emperor from consuming another realm. This time the battle was to save his own realm from the tyranny of two evil sorcerers. Nothing could hold him back from the challenge that lay before him. The wrath of Borracho would be unleashed once again. This is why Borracho has never been in any tournaments before, because it didn't want. Yeah. Because as an as an Outworld warrior, his victory would mean Shao Kahn would win, and he didn't want that. Yeah. The mysterious Outworld elemental, only known as Blaze, had been long on a quest throughout the route. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That guy in the background in Mortal Kombat 2, he's a fighter now. On a bridge in an ancient sect of holy men. There you go, see. Serving the long dead Dragon King. The holy man enslaved them for mystic.
You've been looking different since that
and forced him to put out the last known great dragon egg. For many years, he has remained submerged beneath the molten rock of the incubation chamber as Guardian Egg. This is one of the things out of Mortal Kombat. How many other franchises would you know that would literally turn a background little minor kid that you're not supposed to pay attention to, and people start theorizing, and the creator decides to make him a natural, proper character.
Oh, here's one of my favorites.
Sensing that, he's also great in 10. Sensing the cries of his captured ancestors, Quan-Chi made a vow to slay Shang-Tsung in order to free them from his grasp. When he learned of Shang-Tsung's escape to Outworld, Quan-Chi agreed to help the Special Forces search for the missing agent Cyrax as a means of gaining access to that realm, which allowed him to act as both rescue party and spy. Shortly after discovering the sorcerer's whereabouts, the agency was destroyed, and with it his only means to return to Earth. Quan-Chi now finds himself facing the Deadly Alliance on his own.
So is he blind, or does he?
Hold on, Taylor. The bio his other bio will explain that. So Hao was getting access to an ion pulse bomb infiltrated the heavily reinforced underground bunker in the house technology portals designed by the agency. Barely evading Jax, Su Hao activated the portal to Outworld, switched on the bomb, and escaped into the portal before the ion pulse went off. The agency was destroyed, and with it any means for Interrealm. So there you go. He was who destroyed the portal of the agency. Su Hao must now make contact with Mavado in Outworld to receive his next objective. And now Mavado's other bio. It was thought that the Black Dragon had been completely destroyed until Mavado was approached by the two sorcerers Shang-Tsung and Quan-Chi. The sorcerers offered to hand over the last member of the Black Dragon, Kano, in return for Mavado's assistance in eliminating a spy in Outworld. Mavado accepted the offer and traveled to Outworld with Quan-Chi and Shang-Tsung by way of a secret Interrealm portal. The swordsman who had been spying on Shang-Tsung for the past few months would soon be eliminated. Who is that swordsman?
That's the thing. Even if I like this kind of costume, Mavado is still actual forgettable character to me.
Yeah, and here's Jax's new look. Jax spent most of his time in the heavily fortified underground facilities of the Outworld Investigation Agency. From an enormous underground chamber, Jax would send his agents to other realms by way of man-made inter-realm portals. Two of his agents, the cyborg ninja Cyrax and the rogue swordsman Kenshi, there you go, had been assigned to the realm of the Outworld, the domain of strange creatures and maniacal sorcerers. Jax would soon be reminded of just how dangerous a threat to Earth that realm could be.
He shaved.
Yes, but
now he's a red beret. Is that a rank or something?
I'm guessing they thought. I'm guessing he wanted to switch it up too. I don't know. Sonya was instructed to accompany Jax to the island in the Lost Sea, where the Thunder God Raiden would meet them. The island had once been on location of the first Mortal Kombat tournament a decade ago, exactly. Now it was an abandoned. In fact, this game, if I remember correctly, came out 10 years after the first game. So now it was an abandoned reminder of the struggle between Earthrealm and the forces of evil, as she and the other heroes waited for Raiden to appear. She came to the realization at this time she had no plan of attack. All Sonya knew for sure was that somehow she had to rescue her fellow agents. As her special forces training dictated, no man would be left behind. Hell yeah. Alright. Yes, that is true. Sonya never leaves a fellow soldier behind. Quan-Chi. Stranded in the Netherrealm, Quan-Chi was persistently tormented by the ninja Spectre Scorpion. Well, yeah, now that he found out the truth. But with the assistance from Moloch and Draman, Quan-Chi discovered the truth about the amulet he had stolen from the fallen elder god Shinnok. An ancient runestone bearing the likeness of his amulet revealed new information that would enable Quan-Chi to traverse the realms through a network of ancient gateways. There you go, that's how he escaped. Narrowly evading a Scorpion's wrath, he escaped the Netherrealm through one of these gateways and emerged in an ancient tomb in Outworld. This will probably give you a guess of what exactly is Scorpion's story in this game. Obviously, he's after Quan-Chi. Draman. Draman had led Quan-Chi to a structure that housed the remnants of ancient tablets and runestones dating back to the creation of the realms. Quan-Chi's eye was caught by a tablet with an image that bore a striking resemblance to his amulet. The engraving writing revealed the amulet's hidden power to control inter-realm portals. So yeah, Quan-Chi had the power to traverse through realms all this time and he never realized it. Breaking his promise, Quan-Chi betrayed Moloch and Draman because, well, he's Quan-Chi, and used the amulet to escape the Netherrealm without them. Unknown to Quan-Chi, however, the two Oni also escaped and are now thirsty for revenge. So there you go.
Boy, everyone's out to get Quan-Chi, aren't they?
Well, Quan-Chi's a major asshole, Jophus, so...
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is we also have Kung Lao's alternate outfit without the hat. Kung Lao was the first to find the body of his friend and fellow Shaolin monk Liu Kang. He later discovered that it was in fact Shang-Tsung who had dealt the fatal blow. Enraged, Kung Lao abandoned his Shaolin beliefs and vowed revenge against the sorcerer. He knew that his fighting skill would not be sufficient to best Shang-Tsung. He would need training from the same Outworld master who had taught Liu Kang the one special attack that he needed to win the Mortal Kombat tournament. So many. Wait, what? I just used the fireball and the flying kick. I didn't use any particular.
The art of spamming.
That's to say, this is basically the reason why Kung Lao won't be using his usual style you're used to with him. In the
well,
game.
actually, Joe, but that's his alternate. You can actually have an alternate outfit with him. It has his hat, actually, to be fair.
Well, no, Pedro. I know that his alternate outfit has his hat, but from what I recall, you can't use the hat and moves.
Well, actually, no.
That's why I said fighting style.
Can't you? I think you can. It's been a while since I checked, but I think you can. Anyway, the vampire Nitara had long been discovered the location of the orb and the boundary realm to the Outworld. Unfortunately, it needed resident in a location she could never access. However, the ninja cyborg Earthrealm had the ability to retrieve it for her, so for careful manipulation, she convinced him to do it, and blah, blah, blah. There you go. Frost had requested the Thunder God Raiden. Sub-Zero journeyed to Outworld to help defeat the Deadly Alliance. Frost accompanied him to aid their new mentor and to gain more experience as a warrior. By participating in real-world battles, Sub-Zero had hoped that Frost would gain perspective and enlightenment. But unknown to Sub-Zero, Frost had other reasons to follow him into Outworld. She was merely waiting for the right moment to reveal her true intentions.
Well, maybe she is Killer Frost after all.
Alright, Scorpion. Specifically his alternate bio. Scorpion hunted Quan-Chi relentlessly for the Netherrealm, thrashing him every chance he could. Eventually, Quan-Chi enlisted the help of...
Rider.
Well, that's how he actually looks, to be fair, so...
Yeah,
I know.
When Quan-Chi finally discovered a way out of the Netherrealm through a strange portal, Scorpion rushed to follow him. He emerged in Outworld, but in a different location, far from his prey. He can still sense Quan-Chi's presence and will hunt him wherever he runs to. There is nowhere the sorcerer can hide. Oh yeah, and Scorpion is a specter, meaning he doesn't die, so he has all the time in the world.
But Quan-Chi, it means he's vulnerable to death.
The only tormentor Draman had resided in the fifth plane of the Netherrealm for centuries. It was therefore no surprise to Moloch that Draman would so readily accept Quan-Chi's offer of freedom from that realm in return to the protection from the ninja Spectre Scorpion. Draman and Moloch savagely brutalized Scorpion whenever he made a move for Quan-Chi. He would not be long before they would be released upon the world of the living and taste mortal flesh once more. And yeah, he has flies, so there you go.
Lovely.
Alright. Alright, Scorpion's original bio. The ninja Spectre Scorpion had assumed for many years that Sub-Zero had killed his family and clan, only to discover in Mortal Kombat 4 that the true murderer was the source's Quan-Chi. Through that incredibly stupid exposition dumped by Quan-Chi. After revealing his treachery, Quan-Chi then attempted to send Scorpion to the 5th plane of the Netherrealm. Thinking quickly, Scorpion grappled the sorcerer at the last moment and they were both transported to the Forbidden Realm. This turn of events boded well for Scorpion as his strength increased the longer he remained there. Quan-Chi's powers, however, proved to be useless against him.
And he had fun with him.
And speaking of Sub-Zero, so there you go, aka Kuai Liang, since Bihan is dead at this point, Raiden appeared before Sub-Zero and asked him for his aid in defeating the Deadly Alliance in Outworld. Fighting alongside Raiden would prove to the world that Lin Kuei had changed for the better. So there you go, Sub-Zero reformed the Lin Kuei for the betterment and the Astral Force for protection of Earthrealm. Sub-Zero accepted the challenge and brought him with one of his newest recruits, Frost. It was highly unusual for the Grand Master to embark on such a dangerous mission, but Sub-Zero felt it was necessary to earn the respect of his fellow Lin Kuei. Very good. Okay, Kano, again. Kano had been defeated in a battle with the Special Forces agent Sonya Blade during Shao Kahn's invasion of Earthrealm. Shao Kahn incarcerated Kano for this failure, there you go too, but later instantly promoted him to general when he prevented the Emperor's assassination at the hands of the Shokan warrior known as Shiva. With the merging of the Earthrealm and Outworld not yet complete, Shao Kahn ordered Kano to portal back to the last remnants of Outworld to gather more troops for the final push against the Earthrealm opposition. Kano always escapes too. He's very crafty
Maybe
like
you can
that.
ask to his old pal Jarek and oh wait.
Yeah, exactly. Jarek is a bit too dead to really help him at this point.
Yeah, that hasn't stopped anyone before.
What canon of dead is that guy?
Right now he's dead
Probably
permanently.
Sonya's.
Right now he's dead. Canon-wise, Jarek died, but Sonya and Jax are still alive. Anyway, the other gods were fully...
So Jax didn't drop him off the cliff.
Exactly. The other gods were fully aware of the potential damage of the alliance between Quan-Chi and Shang-Tsung posed to the stability of the realms, blah, blah, blah. Okay, is Raiden. We all know what Raiden is about. He's trying to put his best to protect Earthrealm because the other gods are assholes.
Yeah, the fun stuff starts with the next game for him.
As we know, at the end of Mortal Kombat 4, he was nominated a new Elder God. However, since the other Elder Gods wouldn't do jack shit, he relinquished his status as an Elder God and his immortality so he could fight alongside his friends from Earth. Meaning this is the first time in a long time where he's actually playable in the game, so cool. Reptile discovered the plot devised by Shang-Tsung and Quan-Chi to assassinate Shao Kahn, but on his way to inform his master, he was distracted by a vampire woman named Nitara. She led him to the hidden base kept of Kitana's forces. Knowing the location of the base would be a great help to the Emperor in the war against Edeni and the Shao Kahn. Eager to relay all that he has learned, Reptile raced back to Shao Kahn's fortress, only to find him dead, basically. And if you want to dress Sub-Zero in his more traditional outfit, there you go. The future of the Lin Kuei hung in the balance as Sub-Zero and the Ninja Cyborg Sector battled for the control of the Dragon Medallion. Sub-Zero defeated Sector and then claimed the title of Grandmaster. With his freezing powers enhanced by the Medallion, he vowed to reform the Lin Kuei as a force for good. Sub-Zero relocated the clan to a remote location in the frozen Arctic, where he had discovered an ancient temple frozen into the side of the glacier. There, the new Lin Kuei could hone their skills without interruption. We'll actually see that for ourselves in 10, in the reboot timeline.
Yes.
With a quick cameo of Frost.
Yeah. Well, Frost is basically doing the same thing in that game that she does in these games anyway, so it's fine. Kung Lao traveled to Outworld and informed the martial arts master. There you go, Jova. This is how we can play.
Pedro. Like I said, I know he has this hat, but I don't recall you being able to actually use it moveset-wise with the ult, because an ult is an ult.
Teo? Do you know any? Do you remember any?
Actually, I forgot. I barely play characters with their all costume, Jova.
Well, whatever.
Again. I mean, most times when I see an ult, does not often
Oh,
give
this.
a
Okay, hold on.
character like.
Here's a go. The rogue swordsman Kenshi wandered Japan to challenge the greatest warriors. His purpose in life was simply to be the best. Shang-Tsung, however, had discovered Kenshi's true heritage as the descendant of a long-forgotten line of warrior kings. The sorcerer desired to consume the souls of those warrior kings and trick the unknowing Kenshi into releasing them from their tomb, an act that left him blinded. Shang-Tsung consumed the souls and left Kenshi to die in the tomb. So now Kenshi is out for revenge. There you go, Dej.
That's the thing that Kenshi is blind, but compensated with some telekinesis.
Hey, look, it's mocap. Mocap with a K. A former martial arts teacher on the north side of Chicago, the man commonly referred to as Mocap was called upon by Johnny Cage to do some motion capture work for his new movie Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Mocap was flown to Hollywood to begin his first session, which consisted mainly of the crane and snake styles. Although many other martial artists were used, Mocap was brought in repeatedly for his vast knowledge of fighting techniques. If I remember correctly, it's Carlos Pezina that plays Mocap.
Bring him back. There are dozens of us.
Alright, and now here's
Nice Arrested
Jax's
Development
alternate. Someone is a fan of, God, what's his name?
Def Jam, Fatal Flay.
Yeah. After receiving information from Agent Kenshi from New Fred and Outworld, Jax barely escaped from his life when a traitor destroyed all means for interrealm travel. The Outworld investigation agency, blah, blah, blah. Jax eventually made it to Outworld to deal with the traitor who now served the Deadly Alliance. Jax swore that he would show no mercy to the one responsible for the destruction. The hunt for Su Hao had begun. It reminds me more of 50 Cent back in the day. Cyrex again.
Cyrex.
There you go. This is how he looked at the end of Mortal Kombat 4. A vampire named Natara offered Cyrex a deal to return him to Earthrealm if he retrieved for her an object from the Northern Labs. Yeah, we know. His cybernetic exterior was resistant to the harsh environment. It was a risky proposition, but it was one that Cyrex was willing to take to return to Earth. Although he did not fully trust Natara, he agreed to travel with her to the location of the mysterious object. I'm done.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, that was the prelude.
Yeah, well, the PS2 trilogy is still operating on the classic text BIOS logic. The problem is that since there's a lot of characters, it's a lot to read. Anyway, everybody, well, okay, we're going to take a break now so I can regain my breath. And in the next time, everybody, we'll actually start the game proper.
Stop talking. Joe will excite us out. He don't want him to faint.
See you, everybody.
See ya.